Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new video. And in this video, I'll be giving my predictions for Extreme Rules, which is, tomorrow night. I guess maybe tonight for you guys. Not sure when I'm uploading this video, but, anyways, got a total of 8 matches, one on the pre-show. I think it's actually 9 matches because Dana Brooke might be facing Becky Lynch, so I'll give my predictions on that match as well. If that does actually happen, I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, of course, on the first match is of course the pre-show, which sees Baron Corbin taking on Dolph Ziggler in a no disqualification match. It's a basic no disqualification match. Um, I don't really know. Like, Baron should win. That's obviously something that will happen. Baron should win, but you never know with WWE. You never know. They could just pull a fast one on you, and yeah. Like last month they pulled a fast one, but you know what? I'm gonna say Baron gets to win because he just needs to win, and obviously, considering we don't have that much, that many matches we could go with, because most of the titles are gone. Unless he could start a feud with Dean Ambrose or something. I will say Baron Corbin wins this match. Next match is Kalisto versus Rusev, a singles match, basic match for the United States Championship. Um, Kalisto has had this championship since Fastlane. I think he won it because I think he beat Alberto for it at Royal Rumble. No, Alberto beat him for it at Royal Rumble, and then he lost, and then he won it back at thing at Fastlane. Well, it depends. When was Road? What match was that Roadblock? Do, 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 do. No, United States Championship match. Actually, I think Alberto won it. Let me see. Check this. Man, that's such confusing stuff. Man. Okay. Kalisto was champion and he won it at Fastlane, so he won that feud there. And then, oh yeah, I remember they had like the back and forth and everything. And he beat Alberto for it. He beat Alberto for it on Raw, lost it on SmackDown, and then won it back again at Royal Rumble, and then won it back, and then retained it at Fastlane. Then he went on to fight Ryback for 2 matches at WrestleMania and Payback, and I think they would have had a third match, or the Payback match would have been mostly different, but that Payback match, I think I remember that one being really good, but anyways, Rusev has been on a tear, just destroying Sin Cara, everything like that. I want Rusev to win just so maybe they'll just continue Kalisto's whole you know underdog thing. Have Rusev win at Extreme Rules, and then have Kalisto win it back at Money in the Bank for them to have a match at Battleground. I think that's how that would play out, but I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. Because also with the whole Baron Corbin thing and everything, I feel like there's a lot more things that could happen, but I'm not entirely sure. Um, but I'm going with Rusev for this one. Maybe have Dolph Ziggler challenge for it, like have Kalisto lose it and then or maybe have Kalisto win it and then have Baron Corbin take Kalisto on at Money in the Bank after Kalisto won the rematch on the Raw the next night, and I don't know. Like I want the well, actually, since it's Money in the Bank, I don't think it would be that necessary because they could just put him in the Money in the Bank match. So I think Rusev wins the United States Championship, and Kalisto loses his rematch the next night, and Kalisto goes into Money in the Bank. So yeah, that's how I feel like that should work out. Um, and then after that, uh, Baron Corbin could. See, that's the problem because they're both heels. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. We're talking about the United States Championship, Baron Corbin, and everything like that. So, not sure what they could do with Baron Corbin. Maybe have Rusev and have Zack Ryder take on Rusev because you could continue that whole thing they had during that battle royal. Have Zack Ryder challenge Rusev, have him lose, and then have him get a rematch at Battleground, win it, and then have a battle royal for the championship at SummerSlam. I feel like that's how that could work out. Because I think before they used to do this, where they used to have the a 6-woman battle royal for the Divas Championship, and have it be like the I don't know. It was a weird thing they used to do back in the day. I remember that being a thing, but I'm not sure. But anyways, they could have him feud with Zack Ryder, and then Baron Corbin could enter the Money in the Bank as well. And Dolph Ziggler just being Dolph Ziggler. Then we have um, the WWE Tag Team Championship match between the New Day and the Vaudevillains. I feel like I'm not entirely sure how this will work out because I want it to be where at SummerSlam it's Enzo and Big Cass taking on the champions and winning the championships. But I'm not sure who should be champion because I want Vaudevillains to win it, and then at Money in the Bank, New Day to. It was like as much as I like New Day and everything, I feel like New Day should like they should have the next generation of tag teams be in the tag team championship match at SummerSlam. So I have Vaudevillains versus Enzo and Big Cass, but I'm not entirely sure how that would work out. I really don't know. But I feel like I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Maybe have next month have the Vaudevillains win it or something, or maybe have no because like I would want them to hold the championships if they're gonna defend it at SummerSlam. Anyways, I want them to hold the championship. So what I feel is gonna happen is New Day beat Vaudevillains, and then Vaudevillains versus New Day. New Day win again at Money in the Bank. Then at it's really tricky. New Day win at Extreme Rules. Then they beat them again at Money in the Bank. And then Vaudevillains versus Enzo and Big Cass at Battleground. And then Enzo and Big Cass win, and then they fight New Day and beat the New Day for the championships. And that's how that would work out. I feel like that's how that feud should go. So yeah, New Day win. Next up, we have the Usos versus the Clubs. Uh, Doc or Luke Gallows versus Carl Anderson. Um, like this is kind of this is I'm conflicted. Like I want the club to win, but at the same time, I feel like the Usos are gonna win, and I don't think they're gonna debut Finn Balor just yet and have him join the club because he still has this takeover match. Which when is takeover? It's next month. Well, technically next month. in 2 weeks' time. So I think maybe they could have it work out like that. So he joins the club at Extreme Rules, helps AJ win the championship, or no, even better. The club wins, beats the Usos. Then, gotcha. Um, I just want to see Payback's card on. Want to see Payback's card on Wikipedia. Apparently, they had. Yo, that is just retarded. What? What? How would that even happen? You have to go check it for yourself. I'm not telling you that stupidity. Anyways, the club win. Then later on in the night, they help out AJ and everything, and then it seems like Roman's gonna win. No, AJ's gonna win, and then no. It seems like Roman's gonna win. He's clearing house and everything. He's gonna charge at AJ, and then Finn Balor's music plays. He comes out, and then it looks like he's gonna help AJ beat Roman, but instead he attacks AJ, and the club attack AJ, leave the ring. Roman spears AJ, gets the win, and then we can have Roman versus somebody else. So maybe even Baron Corbin or something like that, or maybe Kevin Owens, depending on how that feud goes out, and depending on how that match goes out. Um, not really that many other like massive heels that they've been pushing. So Baron Corbin or Kevin Owens, maybe even Rusev or Chris Jericho, maybe even Chris Jericho. Um, so have Roman win like that. So that's pretty much my prediction for that championship match already. So yeah, 2 matches, 1 stone. So next match, the Asylum match between Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose. Um, as I was saying, Chris Jericho versus Roman Reigns, Money in the Bank, would go good, but I feel like Chris Jericho should be in Money in the Bank. I'm not entirely sure. Like both of these guys, I feel like should be in Money in the Bank, and I think that's how that feud's gonna play out. But at the same time, who's gonna fight Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank? Like, and we can't have AJ. Maybe that's how that would work out. Alright, so my storage phase just died. So I was talking about Dean Ambrose, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho should take on Roman Reigns, but instead, what we could have is a triple threat between Finn Balor, AJ, and Roman Reigns. Finn Balor losing to Samoa Joe at Takeover Revenge, which is on the 8th of next month, so June 8th, and have him take on Roman and AJ. AJ wanted revenge for Finn Balor screwing him, and technically it wasn't really a fair loss, so AJ deserves a rematch, and they could have the triple threat there. Of course, Roman Reigns will just win. So that's a way that it could have Roman Reigns retain and still have AJ in the championship spot and everything. Because I feel like AJ just shouldn't be out of the championship spot, but that's just me. Um, but anyways, now for Dean and Chris, as that sort of thing. I feel like they'll be in the Money in the Bank match along with Baron, because Baron wouldn't really have anything to do. Baron and Dolph, they could intertwine those two feuds into the Money in the Bank, and of course that's 4 out of these 6 or 7, depending on how many they actually have. Um, now it's just up to who's gonna win the match. So, hmm, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like Chris could win. I really feel like Chris could win. Oh, hold up. They actually had an Asylum match back in the day? Interesting. Um, anyways, um, Dean got the win last month. And I don't know. I feel like Chris should take the win. Well, actually, who won last month? I thought it was Dean, but maybe Chris. May have been Chris. Let me check here. Okay, they fixed it. Good. Yeah, Dean did beat Chris last month, so I feel like what they could do is have Chris win at Extreme Rules. Have a I'm not sure. Oh, well, speculation, a bit of speculation from other people. They said Dean could win by tying, well, not tying, but putting the straight jacket on Chris, and then yeah. But the problem with that is how on earth is he gonna do the dirty deeds without like bursting the jacket or breaking Chris's arms? Like it would just be a basic DDT, or something. So maybe they could have the match end like that, or have him in the straitjacket and then get Mitch knock it over Chris's head. 1, 2, 3. That's how they do it instead of just yeah. But I don't know. I feel like Chris should win, just to even up the feud, so it would actually seem. I don't know. Like this kind of match I like. Um, because you can't really maybe have Rusev versus Dean instead of Rusev versus Zack. Because we all know WWE is not going to put Zack in that match just that time. But at the same time, I feel like Dean should be in the Money in the Bank. It just makes sense. And I mean, he's not going to win it, but it's going to be cool and it makes sense, as I said. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I could do a coin toss, but I don't have a coin near me. Uh, I do have some Vicks, like some like rubbing stuff on some rubbing ointment thing for colds. That's not gonna work. So I could just flip my phone, but then you guys would get a seizure. Well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually have the video, but anyways, I'm I'm gonna go with Dean simply for the coolness factor of that, I guess. Next, we have the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz, current champion, accompanied by Maurice, taking on Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. No matter how this match goes out, a feud will be born. A feud will be born, or continue, or both. Because it's one of those matches. Man, it's one of those matches. Miz, it just depends on who's going to retain. So I feel like they could continue on with the Miz and Cesaro feud, and they should continue on because, you know, Sammy and Kevin. I'm not sure. They probably did get a bit of closure, I guess. But they could do have some closure or have their feud continue on in the Money in the Bank match. But I feel like that's too many feuds. I feel like there should just be like a guy who's just not in a feud at all, doing something. And I feel like Dolph maybe could do something else than being in the Money in the Bank. So how I feel that could play out is no, no. Says no. Sammy, maybe? I don't know. It just depends on what they're gonna do at Money in the Bank. I feel like Kevin and Sammy should be in the Money in the Bank, and at least one of them should win the Money in the Bank. Maybe Kevin. Maybe Kevin could like win it and then cash in at SummerSlam and have Roman versus Kevin. Oddly, a match I don't think we've even seen on WWE just yet. So that could be good. So I think like Kevin could win Money in the Bank, but he shouldn't be Continental Champion. So I feel it's between Cesaro and Miz, and we sort of got closure on their feud, Sammy and Kevin last month, but not really. So maybe we could have Sammy win. He take on the Miz next month, and have Cesaro and Kevin in the Money in the Bank. Or we could have. Hmm. No, like, I feel like Miz should be in the Money in the Bank, but I'm not entirely sure. Um, hmm. So many possibilities. Maybe we could have Miz retain. He take on Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro, Kevin, and Sammy in the Money in the Bank. Or have Cesaro or Sammy versus Baron Corbin instead, or have Sammy versus Rusev instead, or something. But just as a prediction, just because of predictions, not like fantasy booking, I'm just gonna go with. I mean, they've been making Kevin look really strong. Uh, you know what? You know what? I'm going with The Miz. I feel like The Miz could retain here. And then we could have Cesaro versus The Miz or Sammy versus The Miz next month. And then have Kevin and one of those two that aren't facing The Miz in Money in the Bank. So maybe have Kevin and Sammy in the Money in the Bank, have Baron in the Money in the Bank. Maybe add Dolph into the Intercontinental Championship, have a triple threat at Money in the Bank for the Intercontinental Championship. That's how that could play out. Next, of course, we have Dana Brooke versus Becky Lynch. Really, it's a case of Becky. Both of them need a win basically because like Dana's been looking really strong and everything, and she's from NXT. So yeah, but the problem with that is, if Charlotte wins, which is my prediction, because no way at all is Natalia gonna win. If um Dana does win, what will she do? I mean, she feuded with the secondary, like main face. Maybe she could feud with Sasha. Not entirely sure, but maybe most likely Becky. So she can have a match with Charlotte next month, or have like a triple threat, or maybe even a fatal four way. Who knows? But Becky is my prediction. And of course, Charlotte versus Natalia. Now, Charlotte's definitely winning, but it's a case of will she cheat or not, and if she does cheat, how will she cheat? So I'm gonna predict all of these things. So obviously, Charlotte's gonna win. If she wins clean, that sort of ruins her character, but not that much. It's like she has to cheat in order to win, but when Rick's there, she can win clean, but without Rick. Like she wins clean when Rick's not there, but she wins dirty when Rick is there. That's how that would work. I don't know, but I feel like that's how that would work, maybe. But if she does end up cheating, I feel like maybe have not Charles Robinson, not don't have the thing again. The best thing I saw in a predictions video yesterday between Smack Talks and Revolution was Bret Hart just comes out and then smiles, and Natalia's just like flabbergasted because Bret never smiles. Like, if that ever happens, if that happens, I would just like thank WWE tenfold and just be with them. Even cheer for Roman because I just love WWE and Vince so much for doing that. If they don't, then I'm not doing any of that. So maybe have Rick like dressed up or something, or have Rick's music play and then Charlotte comes out. But that would mainly work for like a roll up. I don't really feel all that could work for submissions. So I feel like Charlotte should win clean and even use the sharpshooter to win, or just a generic figure four in respect to Rick. So I feel like Charlotte will win clean, or she could win dirty by. I mean, she can't really. You can't really do a low blow. Um, now she's gonna win clean using the sharpshooter on Natalia just to rub it in her face even more. I feel like that's how that's gonna play out. Um, or if she wins dirty, have Alexa Bliss just randomly come out. Imagine that. Imagine that. But anyways, that's it for this video. Extreme Rules, slightly unpredictable in most of these, and most of these depends on what they're gonna do on Money in the Bank. It's a really good uh, card in terms of predictability because it's not as predictable. And even the matches that are predictable, you don't really know how it's going to really play out, and it might play out really interesting. But at the same time, it's WWE we're dealing with here, not any other company. So they could just go the most predictable way possible. Just have Roman win clean, have the Roman and yeah, yeah, just have that happen. Uh, have Charlotte win just by count out. That happens, man. I have just Kalisto win clean. Have Miz the Fatal Four Way is kind of unpredictable. Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho is unpredictable, and Usos win. Just Usos win, or maybe Club win, and then that gives us some doubt, and then Roman Reigns just wins clean later on. But yeah, but anyways, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I have a Destiny video planned for today or tomorrow or Monday or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Um, and then of course some other things as well. I actually had a video plan, but I'm not sure what it was. I think maybe it was a a game troll or news alert, but I haven't really been into news that much. There's a couple bits of news like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and stuff. Oh yeah, I was gonna do a Destiny 2 like prediction thing. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.